And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Starting off with the satellite imagery here, you can see the storm here that's moving northward, or has moved northward, starting out down here at about 5 o'clock this morning, and that wound up very nicely, rolled right up to the central coast of the Panhandle, and now that it's come ashore, starting to weaken pretty rapidly, and will continue to do so this evening, overnight tonight. That brought the anywhere from 40 to 65, 70 mile per hour wind gusts to the area, mostly the strongest wind central and southern Panhandle. For example, Sitka, 67 mile an hour peak wind gust, and Heidelberg, down to the south there, had about 59 miles per hour. Ketchikan seeing 55 mile per hour wind gusts. Otherwise, here in the eastern interior, areas of clouds with light rain and showers from Cook Inlet right on up into the Tanana Valley, and northeastward there up toward Arctic Village and the Yukon Flats. And out to the west, a system dropping southeastward here. Can't see the center of that low as vividly as this one here, but you can see right in there, actually, upper trough, low pressure area at 2 o'clock here. A lot of moisture coming southward here, bringing about 0.4 of an inch of rain in the last 12 hours, or close to half an inch, actually, at Nelson Lagoon there. Also some pretty windy conditions with this system as it came southward, with Perryville Airport seeing wind gusts to 62 miles an hour, King Cove and Falls Pass having wind gusts of 55 miles an hour, and pretty breezy conditions right up the coastline and up towards St. Lawrence Island. A breakout here to the west. Next system, a lot of clouds and moisture pushing into the western Aleutians. On the chart, forecast for tonight, that frontal system comes in to about the Shimiatu area. Rain spreads eastward to Adak Island and stays quite windy here. Low pressure finally gets south of the Alaska Peninsula, so look for strong wind gusts to continue there for the peninsula here as this low tracks eastward to just southeast of Kodiak Island late tonight. Low pressure keeps it cloudy, showery, and rainy for south central Alaska and the North Gulf Coast. And that low center moves in and dissipates completely here as it moves into Canada. And a good trough swinging in keeps it windy and wet for the southeast coast, but winds won't be as strong as they were today. And dry conditions out here with some clearing over the western part of the state. And that's where the temperatures will be the coldest tonight out here, where the skies clear. Look for areas of light snow from the Brooks Range, North Slope, out to the Arctic coast, much like you saw today. Even some light snow possible for the Yukon Flats there, and along the upper Yukon River Valley areas. Forecast for first day of the weekend, rain spreads into Adak and Atka, along with some gusty winds. High pressure, light winds for the eastern Bering Sea. Nice day for the Pribilof Islands. A few sun breaks there up to St. Lawrence Island. Same thing. And staying mostly clear and cool here over the western part of the state. Areas of light snow, flurries, and light snow showers for the Arctic coast and North Slope. And mixed precipitation. This is a showery pattern, not so much continuous precipitation as it might show being solid, but a lot of light showers in the form of rain or snow, depending on your elevation and time of day here from the Alaska Range up across the upper Tanana Valley, 40-mile country into the Yukon Flats. And this low here pretty much sliding into the Gulf of Alaska and staying to the south enough that it'll just graze the east side of Kodiak Island with a chance of rain tomorrow. Southern coast of the Kenai Peninsula, maybe a little bit into Prince William Sound of the North Gulf Coast. And the last trough bringing some showers and rain into the Panhandle as winds continue to diminish down in that area. And then for the day Sunday, you'll see that low slides off to the southeast here. So keeping just a chance of rain, maybe reaching the coast of the southeast coast there and the North Gulf Coast, but definitely the heaviest precipitation, strongest winds with this, which isn't all that strong or heavy, will stay offshore in the Gulf there as it continues to kind of slide off to the southeast, leaving a lot of fair weather and clear skies, light winds, and dry conditions over much of the state for Sunday. Mostly sunny south central Alaska down to Kodiak Island, Bristol Bay northward, right up to the Brooks Range. Scattered flurries or snow showers for the east side up there, and just some very isolated rain and snow showers possible for the eastern interior. and also along with this weak trough skirting the northwest coast there. So a pretty quiet day coming up for Sunday for much of mainland Alaska, and even out to the west, no big storms, just a washing out front here with a weak low there just west-southwest of St. Matthew Island. So rain, fog, drizzle, clouds, Pribilof Islands down to the eastern Aleutians, pushing into the western Alaska Peninsula, then clearing out again behind it to the west. And for Monday, front here, another low, but way up there in Russia, pushes a front into the northwest Bering Sea. The trailing edge of that just bringing some light rain into the western Aleutians. Otherwise, the eastern and southern areas staying pretty much dry. A weak thing here could bring a few showers to the Alaska Peninsula. That's about it. Another trough up here keeps a chance of showers with south to north flow. Should be mostly in the form of rain up there from Kivalina up to Cape Lisborne. Otherwise, isolated flurries and showers for the eastern Arctic coast. Dry over all of interior Alaska. Sunday and Monday really looking good here for inland areas or the mainland areas with dry conditions and partly and mostly sunny skies across the south and also in the central interior. Really just variable clouds around the state on Monday with light winds. Just a quiet day coming up for the first of the week. This system here spreads a chance of rain into the southern southeast coast with dry conditions and some sun breaks to the north. And for the lows tonight, in the teens for the Brooks Range, 20s elsewhere, 20s all the way down into the northern, or into about Galena there, and Kobuk Valley, 30s for the southwest interior. In fact, actually 30s across all of southern Alaska here. Warmer out toward the Gulf Coast, 40s for the Panhandle and the Aleutians. Highs for tomorrow in the 50s for the southeast coast and lower 50s here, south central Alaska, the Kodiak Island, 40s for Bristol Bay and the Pribilof Islands, mid-50s for the central Aleutians. Otherwise, upper 30s and 40s for the central interior with temperatures staying below freezing. For the highs in the lower 20s are around Anatuvik Pass, 30 to 35 for the Arctic coast. And for Sunday morning, temperatures mostly in the 20s here over much of interior Alaska. Some areas falling into the teens once again with mid-20s out to the Arctic coast. All the way down into the Kuskokwim Valley here in the southwest interior, but 30 to 35 there for the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta, lower 40s Kodiak Island. Down into the 30 to 40 degree range, south central Alaska, 20s for the Copper River Basin. And for the highs, 55 to 60 in the southern southeast coast. That'll be the warmest area in the state Sunday afternoon. Upper 40s to lower 50s, south central Alaska, mostly in the 30s to near 40 in the central interior, and 20s to lower 30s from the Brooks Range to the Arctic coast. And for the extended temperature outlook, a little warmer here in the west coast and also for the North Gulf Coast, pretty much normal here in the central interior, up to the northeast all the way to the Arctic coast. And precipitation-wise, things look pretty normal for October 6th through the 10th. Normal precipitation just about everywhere expected.